Hello everyone, welcome to all of you in today's session. In the last session, we have discussed about syllabus and started our first chapter, Audit under Tax Laws. Today, we are going to learn new topic of this chapter, that is Audit under GST laws. Before starting this topic, we try to understand basic concepts of GST. So, GST, that is Goods and Services Tax, will be one tax to subsume all taxes. It will bring in the one nation, one tax regime. Let's see the definition of GST. There are two definitions we will see. So, the first is Goods and Services Tax is a comprehensive tax levy on manufacture, sale and consumption of goods and services at a national level. And second is GST is a tax on goods and services with value addition at each stage, having comprehensive and continuous chain of set of benefits from the producers or service providers point up to the retailer's level, where only the final consumer should bear the tax. So students, under these definitions you can understand that goods and services tax is a tax that customers have to bear when they buy any goods or services such as food, clothes, electronics, items of daily needs, transportation, travel, etc. The concept of GST is that it is an indirect tax. That is, this tax is not directly paid by customers to the government, but is rather levied on the manufacturer or seller goods and the providers of services. Now, let's see the structure of GST. So, GST is levied on two types of transactions. First one is intrastate transaction and second is interstate transactions. If there is intrastate transaction, then central goods and services tax and state goods and services tax in case of state or union territory goods and services tax in case of union territory will be applicable. If there is interstate transaction, then integrated goods and services tax will be applicable. Now, here we can see the concept of intrastate transactions with example. Let's see. When seller and buyer both are in same state and they are doing transactions in between them, that transaction is called as intrastate transaction. For example, see this diagram. A is a seller and B is a buyer. Both are doing transaction in Maharashtra. That transaction is said to be intrastate transaction. On this transaction, CGST and SGST will be charged. Now, let's see the interstate transaction. When transaction is placed between in two states is called as interstate transaction. For example, A is a seller who sell goods from Maharashtra and B is a buyer who purchase goods in Gujarat. So this is interstate transaction. On this, integrated goods and services tax will be levied. Now, let's move on next slide. These are GST rates which were divided into two parts. Here we can see GST tax rates on goods and GST tax rates on services. Here 5 categories are mentioned. So first one is GST tax free goods. It includes, for example, live animals, meat, fish, eggs, live trees and plants, vegetable, fruits and dry fruits. In the another part, GST tax free services are cultivation, harvesting, supply of farm labor, warehouse activities, etc. Now, second category is 5% GST tax rate charge on goods. For example, coffee, tea, spices, coal, kerosene, medicine, etc. On the right hand side, 5% GST tax rate charge on services like transport of goods by rail, road, air or ship, transport of passengers by rail or road and economy air travel, etc. Now third category is 12% GST rate on goods. For example, frozen meat products, butter, cheese, ghee, cell phones, etc. Likewise, 12% GST rates on services such as state-run lotteries, non-AC hotels, fertilizers, etc. Next category is 18% GST rates on goods. For example, hair oil, toothpaste and soaps, capital goods, etc. On the other side, 18% GST rates on services such as supply of foods or drinks in AC restaurant having license. And last category is 28% rate will be levied on goods like pan masala, tobacco products, cement, paints, washing machine, refrigerators, etc. And on the services side, 28% rate on services such as race club and gambling, hotel rent more than rupees 5,000 per day, services provided in 5-star hotels or cinema, etc. So student, you must have got all these GST tax rates. Now we are taking one example of intrastate transaction. There are two persons. One is Rajesh, who is a dealer, and another is Anand, who is a buyer. Both belongs to Maharashtra state. They doing transaction worth rupees 10,000. The GST rate is 18%, comprising of CGST rate of 9% and SGST rate of 9%. It means 18% is divided into 9% of CGST and 9% of SGST. In such case, the dealer collects rupees 1800 and rupees 900 will go to the central government and rupees 900 will go to the Maharashtra government. Now we are going to turn on main topic, that is audit under GST laws. First of all, we try to know the meaning of GST audit. See, audit under GST is the process of examination of records, returns and other documents maintained by a taxable person. The purpose is to verify the correctness of turnover, declared taxes, paid, refund claimed, and input tax credit availed, and to assess the compliance with the provisions of GST. In simple words, GST audit is nothing but the examination of records maintained by a registered dealer. Now, there are many questions which are coming up. So, let's discuss them one by one. So the first question is, what is the applicability of GST audit? See, every registered dealer whose aggregate turnover during a financial year exceeds rupees 2 crore is required to get his accounts audited. So the important thing is, what does aggregate turnover includes? And that aggregate turnover includes taxable, exempted, export, nil rated including non-GST supplies. And how it is calculated? See, aggregate turnover under GST is calculated as follows. Value of all taxable supplies, whether interstate or intrastate, plus exempt supplies plus supplies made outside India, that is export supply. Now, next question is, what's the relevant form for GST audit? And the name of that form is GST R9C. GST audit form, which is 9C, is consist of two parts, or format of GST R9C is divided into two parts. So first one is part A, reconciliation statement, and part B, certification, which is drawn up by the person who had conducted the audit. And the last question is, who are eligible to conduct GST audit? And answer is, chartered accountants or cost accountants are able to conduct GST audit. So the students, it shall be noted that the audit under GST is carried out state-wise. This is the reason why a separate GST audit is done for each unique registration under the same permanent account number. And here today's session is over. If you have any doubts on any topic, then ask me in comment section. Thank you.